Welcome to the Rime Buddhist Center's Dharma Talk podcast, Achieving Peace Through Compassion. This podcast is a recording of the Dharma Talks given during our Sunday service. This talk was given by Lama Matthew Palden Gocha.
Again, it really is wonderful to be together as we enter what many call the season of gratitude, especially seeing old faces again. Today's Dharma talk, I wanted to explore the practice that's deeply human, deeply Buddhist, and profoundly transformative, and that's cultivating thankfulness and joy. Before we begin, though, let's just settle into the topic, not just with our minds, but with our direct experience through a short gratitude reflection. So just close your eyes, take a few soft, steady breaths, and let your awareness open to the immediate environment, what you can smell, taste, touch, see, even hear. And just say silently to yourself, for this moment of support, I am grateful. Let the generosity of this moment reveal itself, the breath arriving unbidden, the body held by the earth, the world offering itself to your senses. And allow gratitude to arise not as effort, but as recognition. And now bring to mind the people who support your life, whether it's family, friends, teachers, coworkers, your neighbors, even those you may rarely see, and just say gently, for their presence in my life, I am grateful. And turn inward to your own being, this body breathing, the mind capable of awareness, this heart capable of love, and just say to yourself silently, for these capacities within me, I am grateful. And finally, widen your awareness to the countless causes and conditions that support your very existence. Again, the earth beneath you, the food that nourishes you, the air you breathe, the unseen hands and histories behind everything you touch. And to allow this moment of awareness, whisper inwardly, for the vast web of interbeing that sustains my life, I am grateful. And let whatever gratitude has arisen stay gently in the background of awareness. Okay, come back into the space. The Buddha said, these two people are hard to find in the world. The one who is first to do a kindness, and this one who is grateful and thankful for a kindness done. This is remarkable. The Buddha uses this phrase, hard to find, a phrase he reserves for qualities that indicate great spiritual maturity. And elsewhere in the sutras, he says, gratitude is a gateway to the Dharma, for it leads one not to condemn others. To the Buddha, gratitude is both rare and essential. It prevents the heart from hardening, it protects the mind from bitterness, and it opens the door for deeper compassion. And gratitude is a form of insight. It sees clearly the interdependence that sustains us. It's also a form of ethical integrity, because a grateful heart naturally inclines towards non-harm, generosity, and humility. And in a world filled with anxiety and division, this teaching feels especially urgent. Gratitude is not merely a feeling, though. It is a practice, a training where we place our attention. Modern psychology teaches that human beings have what's called a negativity bias. We naturally scan for threats more than for blessings. And the Buddha, in his own way, diagnosed the same tendency over 2,500 years ago when he saw how the mind clings to what is painful and overlooks the 10,000 supports that hold us up each day. Gratitude is the intentional shifting of attention, a training of the mind to remember what sustains us rather than what we lack. It's a gentle reorientation towards wholeness. In Sanskrit, gratitude is called kritajna, and it literally means to know what has been done for you. Thanissaro Bhikkhu says gratitude requires mindfulness, keeping in mind even things that were done and said long ago. This means gratitude is not passive, but intentional remembering. It's the active opposite of taking life for granted. You could say mindfulness is gratitude shaped into clarity, and gratitude is mindfulness touched by love. Together, they strengthen one another. In the four immeasurables, we find mudita, sympathetic joy, and gratitude is one of its roots. When we cultivate gratitude, we see clearly how much others contribute to our happiness, how much support we receive, how interconnected our joys are. And this naturally leads to rejoicing. And from rejoicing arises contentment, a gentle, steady happiness independent of perfect conditions. Gratitude allows us to savor what's here, and it turns simple joys into radiant ones. It is one of the most direct antidotes to the restless hunger of craving. So why did the Buddha place so much importance on gratitude? Because it's a protective practice. When gratitude is present, resentment softens, jealousies weaken, entitlements dissolve, cynicism loses its grip. Gratitude gives rise to humility, compassion, and integrity, and it's an ethical foundation, a practice of remembering the goodness that sustains us. It purifies intention, deepens our capacity for generosity, and supports the blossoming of the bodhisattva virtues. But what makes gratitude genuine? Researchers and Dharma teachers agree that gratitude becomes genuine when three elements are present. You truly benefited from someone's actions, you trust the goodness of their intention, and you recognize they went out of their way to help you. This clarity transforms obligation into appreciation, and appreciation into generosity. And when these three elements align, gratitude moves from a simple thank you to a profound recognition of our interdependence. And that recognition is the very seed of the bodhisattva's response. Gratitude inspires the bodhisattva to respond to kindness, not with repayment, but with a widening circle of compassion. One of the practices we're given is a daily gratitude practice. And this is where we, at the end of the day, pause and ask ourselves, what are three things from today I am grateful for? Did I fulfill any intention for kindness today? And did someone else's kindness touch my life? Just take a second to think about those three things, even this morning. What are three things that from this morning I'm grateful for? For me, it's the opportunity to be here at the Rime Center, an opportunity to have some delicious snacks before the service, and to see you all here. This should be done not in a forced way, not in a performative way, just an honest recognition. Let one moment, one kindness, one breath of ease come to mind, and just hold it gently in awareness. Over time, this shifts our emotional climate of the heart. The holiday season often brings both joy and stress, connection and busyness, but the Dharma invites us to approach it differently, as a time to cultivate bodhicitta, the awakened heart of compassion. This season can be a training ground, not for sentimentality, but for awakening. Gratitude becomes a doorway into wisdom. So let's close this with another short contemplation. And bring to mind one thing, just one, that sustains your life today. Allow a feeling of appreciation to arise naturally, without force. And now offer this intention. Because I have received, may I offer. Because I am supported, may I support. Because my life is sustained by countless beings, may I live with gratitude and compassion. So as we move through this season, remember, gratitude reveals our interconnectedness. Generosity expresses it, and joy celebrates it. When we practice gratitude, we shift from scarcity to sufficiency. When we practice generosity, we shift from isolation to connection. And when we cultivate joy, we shift from striving to presence. So let us embrace this season, not through consumer pressure, not through obligation, but through connection, compassion, and loving kindness. And may your week be filled with compassion, wisdom, gratefulness, and joy. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Rime Buddhist Center's Dharma Talk podcast. Music was provided by Barefoot Bran Music. Please consider supporting the Rime Buddhist Center by making a donation at our website at www.rimecenter.org/donate.